Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are here to talk about some fall eyeshadow palettes. Now I did pull 10 eyeshadow palettes from my collection. Some are older, some are newer, and I'm going to share them with you. These are the palettes that just speak fall to me and the palettes that I want to use this fall season. Of course you can use them like whenever you want, but you know what I mean. If you are new here, hello and welcome. My name is Kelly and I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking, I love makeup, I love talking about makeup. So if you like to chat about makeup too, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of the K-Bella fam. But why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. Start with two palettes that I have in my collection that you can no longer get, but I thought, you know, if you have them in your collection, it could be a reminder to pull them out. One of them, of course, is the Colourpop Gather Round Sisters, the Hocus Pocus collab, the original one from a few years ago. Now last year when they came out with their second Hocus Pocus collab, you were able to get your hands on this, but they just released a third collab since the movie is coming out, and I didn't hear any talks of bringing this back. But I love this eyeshadow palette. First of all, Hocus Pocus, Halloween. I have my I Love Binks shirt on that Amanda, Makeup Just for Fun, created. And I just feel like this color story, it's a fall vibe for me. I think of greens, I think of vampy colors, I think of darker eyeshadow, and I definitely want to remind myself to bring this out this fall season. The other eyeshadow palette that you can no longer get is the Natasha Denona Metropolis palette. Now this palette is a larger palette and you have so many beautiful colors here, but it really just gives me fall vibes with the green and gold. The green and gold are what make me think like this is fall, because you have like these deeper sagey greens, you have these deeper gold colors, you can darken it up. I really like this little area right here with this green, this little silvery green color. Overall, you have a great variety here, but this definitely gives me like fall vibes. Now let's go to a couple newer palettes that just released. This one here, I've already seen it in people's fall picks. It's the new Anastasia Nouveau palette. When I originally saw this one, I didn't think I was gonna get it. I didn't want to pick it up. I thought it was kind of boring, but then I picked it up and I actually really enjoy it. I just wanted to try the Anastasia formula again. I've had so many of her palettes in the past, and I was like, you know what? Seeing other people create looks with this, it really is like a Kelly vibe, a Kelly color story. But again, it's these greens that really make it feel like fall for me, and these deeper colors over here. So I'll definitely be pulling this out this season. Another new palette is the palette that's on my eyes. I don't know if this is going up first or my Chit Chat Get Ready With Me, but it is the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. This palette is stunning. I knew I had to get it. I knew I wanted it in my collection, and I definitely feel like it gives me fall vibes. I mean, this could be a great like everyday palette for me, honestly, but I feel like it gives me fall vibes with these berry colors, and then you have like these taupey colors over here. You have a bright gold, and it just, you know, like these two looks, both of these scream fall to me. Like this taupey look right here, I feel like screams fall and leaves and earthy tones, and then this gold also. So I mean, I definitely, spoiler alert if I have not already posted the video, but I definitely love this palette and I can't wait to play with it more. Another newer eyeshadow palette is from Nomad Cosmetics. I've seen this one popping up in people's videos. It is the new Hudson Valley eyeshadow palette. I was nominated as a starfish again from Flute Music 88, and the owner of Nomad reached out to me. She said, I'll send you a palette. Let me know which palette you want. And I was like, please, let me get the new palette. And we hadn't even seen the color story yet, but after seeing the color story, this screams fall. Everything from like the pumpkins and the donuts and cider. This is a fall vibe, okay? This is based off of Hudson Valley, New York. My mom's family is from Buffalo, New York. I grew up in Michigan, so even though I live in Texas and we don't really have a fall, I am familiar with the fall vibes. So I definitely want to create some looks with this. It's probably going to take me a while to get that video up because I am home with a newborn right now and a 3-year-old, so it's going to take me some time, but I would love to do like maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 looks with this palette, so definitely stay tuned if you want to see that. Another eyeshadow palette that you can't get anymore, but I feel like these palettes, let's be real, come out every season. It is the Too Faced Pumpkin Spice palette. So whether you have the gingerbread palette, the gingerbread extra spicy, the pumpkin spice, this year they came out with like pumpkin spice second slice. Whether you have any of those, this is the only one that I have in my collection. I had gingerbread spice and I decluttered it. This is the only one that I have. Any of those would be great for fall because you typically get a very similar color story. You have like warm browns, you have greens. That's what I think of. I think of like fall leaves. So I think of like the reds and the greens, the oranges, the browns, and pretty much all of the Too Faced palettes that they come out with in the fall have that color story. This palette is not new, but it's new to me, and it is the Melt Brunette palette. This is a great neutral palette, and you just have like basic brown colors, which I am a basic brown lover, so I mean this is great for me for every day, but especially in the fall, just throw a crease shade in, throw one of these on the lid, and like you're good to go, and it's gonna give me like a nice earthy vibe. So I'm excited to have this one in my collection finally. It's my first Melt palette. I don't know if you can get this any longer. If you can, I recommend it. If you can't, but you have it, pull it out. It is the NARS Climax palette. I want to say this came out last year, I believe. And this, again, you have like some taupey vibes, you have a deep berry, you have some greens, and you just have like more earthy tones, more leafy colors, which again is what makes me think of fall. I had to mention my first Mothership palette. This one is the Moonlit Seduction, the Mothership 10. I have not been able to dip into this one yet. I cannot wait to dip into it, but this one definitely gives me fall vibes. I feel like I'm super bright. I'll try and turn it down in the editing, but it definitely gives me fall vibes because you have a little bit more of like a cool toned shade here. You have some golds, of course you have the berry shades, and then these beautiful special shades. This one looks like a silver right over here. I will for sure be pulling this out because I feel like with these special shades I can just do like a one and done, or even this shade right here, just a one and done on the lid and give me like a nice fall vibe. Perhaps you could say I saved the best for last. It is the Adept Heather Austin collab. Heather is one of my really good friends. I love her so much, but even if I didn't love her, if I didn't know her, I would still love this palette, okay? Of course I would love her if I knew her. So I didn't mean if I didn't love her. I meant if I didn't know her, if I wasn't friends with her. I would still love this eyeshadow palette because these shimmers are unlike anything I've ever tried before. They are just amazing. They give you so much pigment, so much sparkle, so much just oomph on the eyes. Like if you want your eyeshadow to stand out, this is the palette. And of course you have these beautiful deeper mattes that will just help you make your look very nice and rich. I feel like probably the shades that I would reach for the most in the fall would be this So Excited shade. I could pair it with Atlas or Video Chat PaO2 and Atlas. That would be great. And then of course this little quad over here with Magnolia, Mythology, Smith, and Austin. Those are giving me like fall vibes also. I just love this palette in general. I'm a neutral lover, but even though we have like beautiful colorful shades, I still find myself reaching for this all the time. But that's gonna do it. I'm rusty on filming, so it's under 10 minutes, and I have my 10 palettes. So I was probably speed talking, and I apologize for that, but I would love to know your thoughts down below. What eyeshadow palettes are you going to be pulling out for the fall? Do you have any of these? Were you reminded to use any of these? I would love to know, but I am going to go have dinner with my family. My husband and daughter just got home from a birthday party, so I just wanna thank you guys so much for watching. I am a little rusty on filming. It's been 8 weeks, but I do want to start filming again and having some new content up for you. So definitely make sure you are subscribed before you go. That way I can see you in the next one. Bye.